I'm WSA 9 Weather Watch meteorologist Topper Shutt. We are tracking Ian. Ian became a Category 1 hurricane once again Thursday afternoon. Minimal strength. As of about 8 o'clock on Thursday, it was about 215 miles to the south of Charleston, South Carolina. Now, it looks like it may make landfall around 1 o'clock or so Friday afternoon. But the good news is it keeps trending further east. That's great news for Charleston. That keeps the highest winds and the biggest storm surge away from the city, but it's not great news for places like Georgetown and Myrtle Beach, but still a little better news for Charleston. Remember, Charleston can flood with a summer thunderstorm, let alone 5 to 7 inches of rain from a tropical system. And it curves back to the north-northwest, west of Florence, west of Greensboro, through the Piedmont of North Carolina, and then into southwestern Virginia. And as it makes this track, Friday evening through the Carolinas, that's when it's going to send the heaviest rain to the metro. We really feel the heaviest rain will be Friday night. Now, in terms of wind speeds, this is a forecast, okay? We'll kind of go into Thursday at 10 o'clock. This is actually the storm surge, and we still have, this is the watches and warnings. And this is kind of interesting. The red is hurricane warnings. Okay, we get that. That's all of South Carolina coast. Look at the yellow. That's tropical storm warnings. Look how far inland they are. So tropical storm force winds are, anywhere from, 39 to about 73 miles per hour. And so we're going to have tropical storm force winds in Raleigh-Durham and Greensboro and Winston-Salem and Charlotte. And that's why they see the yellow so far inland. Kind of unusual. Okay, storm surge. Yep, 4 to 7 feet either side of Charleston. But I would kind of think this is now trending more to the east. So maybe a 4 to 7 foot storm surge almost to the South Carolina, North Carolina border. That looks what it looks like to me. And even around that, we're still looking at 3 to 5 feet of a surge. So it's not going to be catastrophic, but it's something you can't sleep on. So how much rain for us? Well, the European says 1 to 2 inches east of town, 3 to 4 inches DC, or 2 to 4 inches DC west. And the American model says, no, hang on. Just 1 to 2 inches. And primarily the difference is because European model has 2 surges of moisture. GFS just has 1, and that's primarily Friday night. We're not going to clear out over the weekend, but the heaviest rain and most of the rain, I think, will be Friday night, like 80% of what we get. So here's the European model for rainfall in the southeast, 6 inches in Charleston, 5 inches in Sumter, through over 3.5 in Raleigh, and over 4 in Charlotte. That's going to cause some flooding. We kind of fly up to our area. And again, the European's pretty aggressive, 2.35 inches for us with even heavier bullseye to the west. I mean, that could be 3 to 4 inches there. So, headlines. Right now, it looks like Ian will make landfall around noon near and around Charleston, South Carolina as a Category 1. Tropical storm warnings we showed you extend inland to Raleigh. A gale watch for the southern Chesapeake Bay, which I agree with. And then for the DMV, Ian's going to send us rain. And it's going to be, I think, the heaviest overnight Friday, 1 to 2 inches. I think it's a broad, good range for the entire metro area. I really do. So here we go. European model. Friday night at 11 o'clock, there's a little bit of measurable rain, enough to make things miserable. 1800s downtown. And then by, Monday, 1 p.m., we have 2 inches in D.C., 1.4 in Gaithersburg, almost 2 in Fredericksburg. So that's 1 o'clock Monday afternoon. Look what happens. It has another surge Monday into Tuesday. Now we're up to 2 inches in D.C., 2 over 2.5 in Leesburg, 2 1/3 in Fredericksburg. So that's really the difference because the GFS has some rain as we get into Saturday morning, maybe an inch or so, and it looks like that's going to be the heaviest amount. I'll advance this. You don't see much added to this through Monday. Maybe out to Front Royal and Culpeper, but in the metro, just hundredths of an inch. And then Tuesday, nothing changed. Nothing changed. So once this first slug of moisture rolls through Friday night, I think that's going to pretty much be it. Yeah, we're going to have showers Saturday and Sunday, but we issued the weather watch alert for Friday afternoon and night because of the rain, heavy at times. You look at this, you're like, oh, the models are in agreement. Well, they're in agreement because this is just through Saturday. So they're all around an inch to over an inch, 1.8 for the graph. That's our local model. And even the European is like, oh, yeah, it's in the same ballpark. But the problem with the European model is it has that second slug of moisture. So that number doubles by the time we get to Tuesday. If you have flooding problems, I mean, you should hurry and take what time you have on Friday to check your downspouts and your storm drains and your gutters, and make sure your sump pump is plugged in. I think a good rule of thumb here will be a 1 to 2 inch rainfall across the board from Ian.